Tell me when now.
Yep,
No.
you're on. We're on. Yoo-hoo. Let's see. Aloha nui, everyone. Thanks for joining us this day, this glorious day. Maui nui akama. We are so blessed. We are not locked down, which we are so grateful for. We are here thanking everyone for joining us on the Trinity. The three, it's Aloha in action. And I'm Maydeen.
I'm Lei'ohu. Welcome. I am perfection of grace. I am perfection of grace. Perfection of grace. Perfection of love. I am perfection of love. Perfection of love. Perfection of grace. Perfection of grace. Perfection of Aloha Valeno. Aloha, love, compassion, grace in all of its expressions. We exist in aloha, as aloha, every breath, aloha. Aloha valeno. Right here on the island of Maui, on the slopes of Haleakala, we're coming live to you from our beautiful ahu, our altar, dedicated to prayer, well-being, harmony, and aloha valeno. These pohakus, these stones here, are a circle which beloveds that come to our home, they come for various reasons, mainly to celebrate and many times to sip the inui kawai e pipi'i, the delicious bubbling waters. It can be Pellegrino, it can be the Viola, or it can be the champagne of life. But when people come, and sometimes we do the ceremonies, before they leave or as they enter, they come into this space and they offer their intention, their prayer, or whatever it is that they wish to offer. And so Maydeen and I are sitting here in this hallowed space of this ahu. We call it more, it's the female ahu because it's a circle, round. We have another ahu located just very close to where we are seated, and that's more of it's a square ahu. So you can either be a circle or a square. I know growing up, we used to maybe call, some people, oh, such a square, meaning like bah humbug. But today, I want you to relate to squares as the possibility to explore all parameters of life. The squares of possibility where you can actually stretch your arms into the magnificence of all that is life and all that is aloha valenu. As we were dreaming of the Trinity, because we're doing it 3 months in a row, we simply wanted to honor all life, especially again in our COVID aloha bubbles. And there are many of you, our beloveds, from all across the Pai'aina of our, not only of Maui and Hawaii, but across the living waters to every country or every land, every village, every space on our beloved Honua, our beloved Mother, Mama Earth. And many of you we know, and many of you were meeting for the first time perhaps. And so we greet you in this ahu of aloha, that what we are partaking of and coming together in aloha as is to just feed our spirit, to feed the internal universe, to feed the internal honua, the internal earthliness of our time together. As you all know, it is what we refer to as the new moon today, muku, the new moon, where in many villages and many civilizations and many cultures, the wise grandmothers and the wise grandfathers and the wise mothers and the wise fathers and the wise children and the wise community and the wise beings of the stars and the wise beings of the stones and the crystals and the living waters and the wise beings of the plants and the animal kingdom awaken and enliven and support all of us across many multi verses. And so right here in our garden of aloha, here on the island of Maui, on our sacred volcano, Haleakala, we come to you wherever you are in your wisdom center, in your wisdom community, in your wisdom ohana. And many times we have been asked, um, how do I connect with my lineage? Or how do I connect with the medicine and the wisdom of, of my ohana or my culture? And it's very simple. Three words: aloha, vale, no. Aloha is everything. Because when you live and breathe and harmonize and balance as aloha, it unlocks a gateway into that space of living, into that aliveness in your spirit. And you are taken on an internal journey of support. And all the beings and all the Aloha Vale No support comes to help each of us take those steps. Many times we are called into the expanse of wanting to heal or wanting to come home to the wisdom around a sacred fire or a sacred song or a sacred medicine, of the sacred lineages and spiritual essences that we all are in the tapestry of representing, universally and globally. But really, it just boils down to love, compassion, dignity, honoring and respecting each one, all life, because they exist. And so here in the new moon, where there is, um, this time of, as the cycle has taken us, in this new moon, it is time to, we can let go of those things that no longer support us. We can put to rest all those painful experiences or harmful self-judgment, ideas around not feeling sustained in our expression of life. It is a time tonight or today to filter what is necessary in your portal of Aloha Vale No to reacquaint yourselves with the trusting fiber of your nurturing sustenance of compassion towards you. Sometimes we take a journey or we start seeking or looking or reading, which is fabulous because we are in some kind of vulnerability, some kind of pain, some kind of questioning about my life, our lives. And I remember this myself because most times my focus would be on all my deficiencies, all my naughtiness, all my self-judgment, or all the experience I had that wasn't quite what I expected them to be.
Good one.
And all the things that I might have placed on my family, my mom, my dad, or my friend, or this one or that one, just pick a card. You know what I'm talking about. But but a lot of the time it was because there was some kind of, big heavy burden, some big heavy pohako, a big stone I was carrying, feeling that somehow I was just so deficient and I wasn't perfect, And so that's what leads many of us on this path, this trail of self-discovery and self-love. Ooh. And self-aloha vale no. You like jump in and share a little bit?
Yeah. Actually, really, it's all on the inside. Reflect and feel what you want to feel from the inside first. Doesn't matter what's happening on the outside. Yes, we have lots of things going on, but what's going on the inside is most important. So, with that said, we are just going to do a blessing this morning for each of us, for what's happening in the world and where we're going. Where are we going? We have no clue, but we trust. We trust. So, I invite all of you to take a deep breath. Put your 2 feet on the ground, okay? And just ground, and feel the energy moving through your body, and breathe deep breaths as we do this blessing. And what we have here is our sacred water and our new. So this bowl was specially made for this blessing. And here we are. Just breathe, close your eyes, and feel this. Feel this. Feel this coming on your head, dripping on your head, all the way down your body, your spine. We do this again. We are so blessed.
Back up, back up.
We are so blessed. I need to back up. So, can you hear the birds? Oh, they are chiming in. They are chiming in. Aloha balinu. Aloha balinu. Aloha balinu. Aloha balinu. Aloha balinu. So blessed. So blessed. Thank you to Mike. Thank you to Edith. Thank you to all of you, our dad, and to our planet, and to the 6 planets in alignment. Woo! So Lei'ohu and I was discussing something yesterday. She said, hey, you know what? We're giving inoculations. I said, oh, what is that? And she says, the inoculation of Aloha. So we're all going to get, if we choose, the vaccination for COVID. But this is the inoculation of Aloha. From the inside out. Okay, so loving the self, nurturing the self, being here in each moment, no matter what's going on. So it starts from here, this part of our body, the heart space, most important. And we were also discussing joy. Joy is one of the greatest expressions of Aloha. To be joyful, to wake up in the morning and be grateful for where we are in the moment. And yesterday, let me tell you about yesterday. My niece called and she said, hey, Auntie, let's go visit some plants. I said, oh, that's a great idea. Because on the other property above us, we are going to grow a forest of ohia, which is this tree. There's many varieties, like 100-something varieties and different colors. And it's this flower. This is the Lei'ohu flower. So this is the ohia tree, and it grows on that tree. So we have many on the property. And we're going to grow a forest of these. So, and they come in different colors, red, orange, yellow, peach. You can't even name all the colors. And we are planning to do that. Why? Because once upon a time, these trees existed from the top of the mountain to the ocean. Yes. And we're going to do that again. We're going to bring back, we're going to invite all the native birds back to come down further down the hill. Because we live at the 3,000 level and we want it forested again. So my niece took me to, it's called Maui Native Nursery, and they are, have many native Hawaiian plants there, many, and I had a lovely time yesterday. And so we ordered a whole bunch of these things, these ohia trees, which we are going to plant at the end of this month. And I'm going to post, well, actually, Lei'ohu is going to post those photos of us planting these trees on the lot, probably in social media somewhere. And watch for those. because I think we're going to show the progression of the plants, and like we're going to have a group that's coming here to help us nurture and plant and clean and do all of that. So I would feel so grateful for my niece Hadija, who arranged for me to hang out with her at the nursery. It's a really wonderful experience yesterday. And yeah, man, I wish I could like turn the camera around, show you the ocean, show you the mountain, and so it is. Um, yeah.
We chose to come live, share with you from this Ahu because many of our beloveds are indoors right now. Many are in quarantine um, and must remain in the homes, and also the weather, the snow. And so we decided that we wanted to bring some sunshine
Mhm.
to your hearts, to wherever you are this moment. We wanted to bring some sunshine from Maui because we felt being in the natural sunshine would would um, would warm you. And when you do a live broadcast like this, there's all kinds. Life is happening. The machines next door, the beautiful birds, technology when you upgrade, who knows? But also know that life is like this
Yep.
too. That we our inner wisdom as technology is being upgraded. It's being embraced. It's being revitalized, even though we're pulling our hairs and we're very frustrated sometimes because the situation is what it is. But also know that if you are in this awareness of grounding and breathing and warming your spirit with the joyfulness of Aloha Valeno, let that be the cocoa you drink, or the ino ikavai epipi, the living bottles of the bubblies that you drink, to remind you about being in gratitude for your life. That there are many right now, and even as we sit, that are not able to be supported in this way. I mean, they're right down the road from us. Many of our brothers and sisters um, without homes. And so, part of this message is to allow yourself to reflect the pool, the punavai, the endless source of being supported just because you are alive and because you have the means to switch gears into the mystery of the unknowing and trusting the mystery of aloha and that mystery of life in the bubbles that we occupy to aloha valeno. And as our beautiful Hina, the goddess of the moon, is um, in her um, new stage tonight. Let us think of all the beautiful ways that she has helped us navigate our lives, navigate through many, many lifetimes just to arrive in the womb of enlightenment and in the womb of compassion, grace, and aloha valeno. With that being said, Medina and I would like to offer a song called Aloha e Punavai to simply uh, send the energy wherever it wishes to go. And as we are offering this, what is the container that you wish to fill, your personal container? your personal ipu, or your personal being, your physicality. What do you wish to feel in this hina moment, in this aloha valeno moment, in the punavai, the living waters of your container? Two, three. Aloha e punavai, aloha e na hoai lona, aloha aloha e punavai, aloha e na hoai lona, aloha e mai lau kanaka, e hoi mai lau lama lama, e hoi mai. E hoi mai lau kanaka, e hoi mai malama hua, e hoi mai. Aho nui he kai, aho nui malama lama, aho nui. Vehe ola vehe bua, vehe ola vehe bua, malunia. Sing it again. Vehe ola vehe bua, vehe ola vehe bua, malunia. I wish I could show you a bird's eye view, of what we get to witness as we sing this song, from the birds to the dancing of the leaves on the trees, to the sun shining, to the pulse of Mother Earth, uh, enrapturing my heart with joy. To my father, our 89-year-old kupuna, our father, sitting over here on the chair, uh, beating beating the drums, uh, um, to celebrate this beautiful song, Aloha e Punavai. And I'm so grateful that we have our kupuna. I'm so grateful that my father, our father, Puanani Ryder, that's his name. Well, Frank is his first name, but Puanani, Puanani meaning beautiful flower. Because if you saw him, you would know what a beautiful flower he is. And what a guy, because he used to pollinate plenty flowers back in the day. and when you're a kid, you know how you just judge your parents, you think they're like this shape, like the square that I was talking about. And when you're a kid with that kid mentality, you have no clue about what's really aloha valeno. And being able to malama our father as he is 89, and being a child growing up, and having all the teachings of Aloha Valeno from the culture of Hawaii that my parents and my father, our father, imbued in us. It's amazing to witness at 89 when you knew him in his 20s. It's just a whole different visual. It's a whole different perspective. And there's something that expands in your heart as it ripens with compassion. And you actually set down those judgments because you used to think your parents were so square. Because right now, I'm a kupuna too. Medine and I are the aunties. And we get to Malamba, our father, in his beautiful way, of living. Perhaps next month when we do this, we'll bring them to say aloha to you guys and do a little hula for you, huh?
Daddy. Daddy, you want to sing now?
And as we were preparing for, I told my dad, I said, Dad, we're gonna go live tomorrow. Oh, what time? I said 10 o'clock Maui time. Oh, okay. And then this morning he was saying, this is what you should do. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. Like all parents, right? And then we got a choice. We either close our ear and say, oh my God, forget it. Or you can just listen and just feel the wisdom, feel the nurturing. Because really, sometimes we think we know everything and we really don't. Well, we do know. We do know some things. I guess the point is when you set down your idea about how your parents is supposed to be, there's something that cracks open, and the punawai, the living waters of all you desire, begin to support you in a way that flows and tenderly and massively and fiercely, and it kind of melts all the things that have been murky in your life. And there's a kind of light or kukui, the sunshine gets to kind of permeate, and then you are warmed and you take your steps. Now, I know we all have stories within our families about many, many things that we don't talk about, or if we are in our healing mode, these are deep, deep scars sometimes that we hold, or the scars of the lineage that we have chosen to be birthed through in this time. And no matter what lineage we come from, no matter all our experiences, we have chosen. We each have chosen. And so, again, in this muku, this moon, this new moon time, as the planets are aligned, it is an infinite possibility right now to really feel into yourselves, to say, okay, what do I wish to explore? What do I wish to navigate through? What do I wish to set down as best as I can? Because I know I'm going to keep picking them up and putting them down and picking them up and putting them down, because that's just how we are. But always remember the navigation of aloha, vale, no. Aloha is everything. Aloha is the question, and aloha is the answer. Aloha is the breath, and aloha is the life. And aloha is you and I in every expression of honoring. I know I'm like very mouthy today.
Beautiful.
But this is what it is. And we didn't like script everything, because we want to come to you authentically. We want to be with you naturally in this way. And so we, Nadine and I really, really appreciate our time in this way together. And, just because we're talking story doesn't mean we know everything. Okay, we're just two voices on this planet saying Aloha Vale No, doing the best we can to support all of us together. Many of you had asked us, please do a sharing. And so this is what we came up with, the Trinity. And, even some of you might be saying, well, I expected them to give us a concert, or I expect them to be more ceremony. Whatever the expectation is, feel what is true. Feel what is gentle. Feel what is Aloha Vale No. We share this with you because not everything is as we like it, especially in this time. And this almost a year now since we were in Germany when COVID, we arrived in Germany.
And the United States
and then
closed
the borders were closed. And so we were blessed by all our ohana in Germany helping us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were able to, return home to Maui. But even in these times of great disruption, we get to choose, like the new moon, we get to choose where our heart gets to navigate itself. And we know, because we have been talking to many of you, we know a lot of the frustration, a lot of the heartache, a lot of whatever it is, but we also remind you that it is a new time to set it down and to ask yourself, what do I wish? What do I wish? Many times I talk to beloveds and I say, okay, why don't you, if you can just do one thing, breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. And some of them say, okay, yeah, I know how to do that. I'm breathing. I said, okay. How about feeling grateful? Oh, yeah, I'm grateful. I do that. I'm grateful. Okay. Sometimes we've actually got to pause. I mean, really pause and be in the stillness of our life. The stillness of our life. To feel something more than our pain. To feel something more than our judgment. To feel something more than our expectation. To step into the precious world. To lie in the snow. To taste the rain. To get warm by the fire. To take off your shoes. To touch the earth. To smell the flower. To hug your beloved. To say Aloha Vale No to your mother who has just died and gone over the rainbow bridge into the heavenly realms of infinity. To remember how precious life is. To take these moments to grow what is pure and true and passionate in your own life and in your own life. And to feel the support, whether you can speak to somebody, touch somebody, or remember a nurturing conversation or experience that you had. It is these moments right now where we're being asked to ground and to dream. Wow, a beautiful, beloved just flew by. We're being invited to dream beyond a mask, beyond the struggle of a particular anything. We are free. We are free to go deeper, to explore and harmonize, and to emerge even more. Even more. So let us sing one song for our beautiful Hina. And you can sing with us because I know many of you guys know this one. 2, 3. Sorry. Shanti Ho.
I love that.
And love Shanti Ho. And live Shanti Ho. Aloha. Wow.
So while we were singing that song, there was a red cardinal. It's a male, full red. He was sitting on that wall, watching the whole, feeling the whole vibration. And in our younger days, when we used to hike up in Iao or wherever we were hiking, the kupuna came through these birds and they pointed many things out to us. So wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I was going, Mike, look at the bird. Oh, it is
Yeah.
so blessed.
You know, I know you guys notice stuff. I really do. So I'm making my papers. This is like
Papers.
my security blanket, my papers over here. We know that you are wise beings.
Yep.
And we know that you are loving beings. And we know that you are powerful. We know this. And many times we've had the opportunity, the pleasure, most of it pleasure, that we've had the opportunity to be with many of you in many ways. And we have heard your stories of how you have connected with your kupuna, or when you have connected in your movement or in your dreams, or in the way that you have been blessed through hardship. We hear your stories. We hear about your experiences. We hear you speak your truth and about your vulnerabilities, about some of the things that you are questioning. As I'm speaking, there's a gecko, I guess, lizard crawling right over there. And it's a mo'oku auhau genealogy. So many signs coming over here. But anyway, we hear your voice, we hear your message, we learn from them, we feel the depth of your experiences. And when we blend together, when we come together in this way, and we are gentle and kind, and we actually listen to each other, there's something that is so magical, where the birds sing, or the mo'o comes dancing across, or you are reminded of your kupuna, a special time. And what that does is it just invigorates, enlivens, and supports all the many steps that we are taking in our personal lives and in our collective life. And so, some of what we really wanted to do today was to give you hope, to give us hope that a new day is here and a new moon is here. And it's a magnificent and very mana-filled, power-filled time to choose how we wish to dance and play, express and navigate. Not so much being overwhelmed by what we are being asked to do, by our particular communities or governments, whatever. But it is really to feel into what we choose as the freedom of expression in this night, in this moment of alignment. To deeply explore things that you've been curious about but never really chose. Even if you were curious or you wanted to learn or do something totally different. And I'm reminded, even with this song, the New Moon Rising song, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Aloha. Now that was an exploration for Maydeen several years ago. We went to visit a friend, Rosie, who was dying of cancer. We were sitting in her garden and this song came. Actually, 2 songs came that day. And her beloved, beautiful husband was there, made us some lovely, onolicious food, grapes. I forget what all else. Beautiful fruits. And we were sitting in the garden. And her husband, she was from Canada and a husband from Japan. And they loved Maui too. And they come from the beautiful community here. I think it was the Prembaba community. And Maydeen and I were introduced to, a couple times when Prembaba came to Maui, we went to the satsangs. And, many times people say, hey, you guys Hawaiians, like, stay in your camp. When the eyes look. Like, what are you guys doing over there? And what exploration does, or come out of that square, exploration helps you discover humanity, your own awareness that we're all the same. I don't care what, we same. When you take the chance to sit down, whatever barnacles of judgment is clouding you to take a walk into a space that you've never been before, and you're kind of looking around and following the cues. And being in a forest and hiking is much better than being in an unknown group of different ones that are practicing their spirituality. You got to navigate too. And you got to sit down. You got to sit down your rosary. You got to sit down your Bible. You got to sit down all the things that you have been taught to feel secure in your own spirit, your religion or your way. And if it ain't that particular way, to feel secure in a law book, this is what we do. But whatever that security is, when you navigate outside of a preconceived expectation, or when you navigate outside of your safety zone, the world is magical and beautiful. Woohoo! And so, Rosie, what's the husband? I forget the husband. I forget her husband's name. I love him. Anyway, they taught us that many things, but in that garden, I was reflecting. And so this Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Om Shanti Om, Aloha, it's a bridge. And I remember we sang this song another time in another community, and a sweet sister came up and wanted to know, well, I can't remember the exact words, but it was something like, how come you mix Om Shanti Om with Aloha? That you guys should be singing your own. You guys should be singing your own.
It's like, wow.
And
can you imagine being judged for the whole song because we mixed the words because different cultures? Holy moly!
Yeah.
What?
It was like, what? Like, it don't mix. Om Shanti Om and Aloha not supposed to be together, right? It's like chocolate and vanilla. Or it's like my grandpa Ryder marrying my Hawaiian grandma. You can mix, right? So it was such a deep learning. And then later on, this beloved came and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It just kind of popped out." But how many times do we pop out?
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to pop out whatever is going to pop out in that moment. And then, once it goes, it's like, wow, I can't retrieve it. I can't delete it anymore because it's in the universe now, going round and around and around and around. But even those times when it does pop out, and then you have an understanding or not, what it does is it blesses either way. It blesses either way. And you discover more by venturing into something that is very uncomfortable. And you deepen and you grow and you live and you do the best you can until the next time things go helele.
There will be other opportunities.
There's always going to be opportunities. You know that, and I know that too. Because plenty of times, like, oh my God, what did I just say? What did I just do? And then, when you step in it, right? When you step in that kukai, then you keep saying, it kind of like messes it. We're not in the moment because what we do is we keep replaying all the time. We step there, repeating, playing repeat. Oh, I stepped in that, whatever it was. I stepped in it again. And and at some point you're just going to laugh or not, or at some point you're going to get it no matter how many times you step inside of it, I mean, just think about all the times you did. Think about all the times, we're good at counting how many somebody else did. We're good at the kind numeration. But then we don't count. We don't count all the times we did it too. But you know what? No worry, because somebody else watching you and they're counting. Believe me. Because sometimes when you're in a conversation, they're going to come up and they're going to tell you, oh, by the way, according to my calculations.
Oh, God.
Or this is what they do. They have witnessed, this is interesting. They have witnessed you when you weren't the best, most pretty, okay? When you weren't the best in, you had just stepped in it or slightly, your toe touched whatever the kukai was, the judgment was. And your beloved takes a snapshot of it. And then one day at breakfast, they bring it up down the road, their interpretation of it. And you're just like, what? No, that's not what my interpretation was, but it was their perception and their interpretation of that particular snapshot moment. And what happens sometimes is it might have happened years ago or months ago or even last week. But what happens is you start trying to play something in your mind and you're trying to unravel and fix what was done already that already went in this moment. You're trying to fix what was over there in this moment. So, am I confusing you yet? Because I'm confusing myself.
But no worry.
Because you know why?
Be happy.
Dad said, Puanani said, be happy. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. 3 little birds, pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Raise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. Woo! 3 little birds by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you.
Don't worry.
Singing, don't worry. Show me that shaka sign about a thing. Give me a smile, because every little thing is gonna be alright. Shake them hula hips. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Shaka shaka, because every little
Look
thing
at the mo'o watching.
is gonna be alright.
He's just sitting on the wall watching.
Singing, don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright.
One more time the verse.
This morning, smile at the rising sun. Aloha, 3 little birds. Aloha taleno on my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. This is our message to you.
Sing it, baby.
Sing it, don't worry about a thing. Aloha keikis, because every little thing is gonna be alright. Give me your keiki smile. Singing, don't worry about a thing.
No worries.
Because every little thing is gonna be alright.
Again.
Don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. You! Because every little thing gonna be alright. Gonna be so, it's gonna be so fine.
Come on, Felicia. Speak like that.
It's going to be so fine. You know, our beloved Auntie Mahilani Poi Poi, you know, nothing technical. Just go. Because everything is going to be so fine. And, you know, I cannot help but feel that she's blessing us
Oh, gosh.
from the realms of the gods, you know, that great, big, beautiful
The mo'o on the wall.
ku'ai in the sky. We have a mo'o that's like this.
Watching the
watching
whole
us like
thing.
this.
Watching the whole thing.
You know how pretty the
Just on
eyes
the
move.
edge.
Right there, just frozen in time, just going looking at us. You know, every time I'm feeling down, there are moments when I think of nothing technical, just go. You know, that phrase from Auntie Mahilani Poi Poi has been like one life raft in the sea of confusion. You know, every once in a while when I'm licking my wounds because I've judged myself harshly, I remember those words. Nothing technical, just go. Keakua going to take care. The divine will always take care. And so even now, in our time of restlessness, you know, in our time of how am I going to pay my bills, or I wish I could speak to somebody, or it'd be nice to have visitors in my home. You know, in these times, find the mahilani poi poi, find a moment in your life. For us, it's anti mahilani with that phrase, nothing technical, just go. But find that one voice. Find that one moment in your life that sustained you, that supported you, that allowed you to forgive, that allowed you to deepen compassion and gentleness and kindness for yourself and for humanity, because it works, and it can only create more in the mushrooming and the awareness of this new moon of Aloha Valeno, this Trinity, this Ekolumea Nui, being blessed by the Trinity, Ekolumea Nui, Ekolumea Nui. Yeah. So, what you want to do now?
I don't know, Aloha or the blessing.
Okay. So, we want you. I think it's time. We got the sign, but we want you to feel the aloha in action of your life. Aloha, compassion. The aloha, the balance of your life. Aloha, the love, compassion, grace. Aloha in action in the inner world, the inner knowing, the inward journey, the inward expression, the inward calling, the inward way of your endless supply of wisdom and knowing, grounded as aloha. And the action, well, I think you know that. Embody, live, partake, do something for you. And create a tsunami. Create a tsunami of healing, a tsunami of aloha that supports everybody's possibility to live their way, to be embraced in the new moon of their lives, to align, to be supported as aloha in action, as the living expression of aloha in action. So we're going to end how we opened with the blessing. And we wish for you to dance.
One more thing. It's Valentine's right around the corner, so love somebody. How about love yourself first?
Yeah. I am perfection of grace. I am perfection of grace. Perfection of grace. I am perfection of love. 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 Perfection of Mahalo, beloved Ohana. Mahalo, beloved Ohana, for your loving support and your kindness and your resilience and your vulnerability and your fear and your loving kindness and your gentle compassion and your aloha valeno. We dedicate these living waters to the keiki that have been born since we've been in this particular COVID aloha bubble. We welcome them to our beautiful earth in the great mystery and wisdom of their being, as they are the seedlings of promise that we are all dreaming in our collective communities wherever we are. We offer blessings to the makua, the beautiful parents that have brought these keiki in, that are raising them up to be the living expression of aloha, to be the living expression of all they are as divine beings of the stars. We offer a blessing to our beloved kupuna, our grandparents, our grandmothers and grandfathers, who have taught us to live, to breathe, to give thanks, to remember the medicine lies within the wisdom of our seeds. We offer the blessings of aloha kekahi ikekahi, to love one another, above, below, within, without, to honor the living mystery, the living excitement of life in the universe and on our beautiful honua, and the multiverses above and beyond. We offer this up in harmony, in grace, and aloha valeno. E ho aloha mai nā kia i olaha, e hua hua pole iha, kanu ka pule, kanu ke aloha, e pu vai ola punanaha, e lele hola, e lele hola vai maluhia, e lele hola, e lele hola maluhia la. We love you. Please write to us. We are with you. Malama pono, aloha valeno. We'll see you in the next Trinity of Aloha. Ahui ho.
Ahui ho.